The question froze everyone. In the bakery, the cashier, the customers, even the man in the back corner, wearing an expensive suit. It wasn't a voice of greed. It was a voice of a breaking father. A thin man stood at the counter, clutching a few wrinkled notes in his hand. His clothes were old, his shoes nearly torn, and exhaustion lived permanently in his eyes. But the trembling hope on his face, that was for someone he loved more than himself. "My daughter's birthday is today," he said softly. "She keeps waiting for her cake every year. And I thought maybe an expired cake would cost less." The entire bakery fell silent. But the man sitting in the corner, the one no one noticed, the one whose watch alone was worth more than the entire shop, felt something twist deep inside his heart. His name was Arman Halim, a self-made millionaire known for being sharp, ruthless, and precise. But at that moment, none of his business skills mattered. What mattered was the familiar ache rising inside him, the ache of a childhood memory he had spent years burying. He knew that pain. He knew that waiting for something that never came, and he knew the loneliness of spending birthdays in silence. Arman slowly stood up. Meanwhile, the bakery cashier looked uncomfortable. "Sir, I'm sorry. We don't sell expired cakes, but maybe we can." "It's okay," the father whispered quickly, embarrassed. "I'm sorry for asking. I'll figure out something." He turned to leave. That's when Arman spoke. "Wait." The father stopped, confused. Arman walked forward, his footsteps heavy but steady. "How old is your daughter?" "She's turning 7 today," the father replied. "She loves chocolate cake, but I lost my job last month. I'm trying, but everything's going wrong at once." Arman nodded slowly. "And what's your name?" "Rafiq." "And your daughter's?" "Zoya." Arman took a deep breath. "Let me help." Rafiq immediately shook his head. "No, sir. I didn't come to beg. I only asked because I thought maybe expired cakes were cheaper. I don't want charity." Arman's voice softened. "It's not charity. It's a father understanding another father." Something in Rafiq's eyes loosened. Arman turned to the cashier. "Pack the best chocolate cake you have, and add the birthday decorations, candles, and anything else a 7-year-old would love." The cashier's eyes widened. "Why, yes, sir." Rafiq's lips trembled as he looked at the floor. "Sir, I can't repay you." "You don't have to," Arman said quietly. "Just make sure Zoya smiles today." Rafiq broke down, not loudly, but in the quiet, painful way that comes from carrying too much for too long. But Arman didn't stop there. He followed Rafiq to his small, fading apartment building. Inside, Zoya sat on the floor, drawing with dull crayon. When she saw her father walk in with a cake box, her entire face lit up like a sunrise. "Papa, you got it. You really got a cake." Rafiq swallowed hard. "Yes, my princess. Someone kind helped us." Zoya ran to Arman and hugged him without hesitation. "Thank you, uncle." Arman didn't expect the hug. Something warm spread through him, something he hadn't felt since his own daughter would have been that age. But life had taken her away before he ever got to celebrate her birthday with her. That wound never healed. And now, standing in that tiny apartment with chipped walls and a broken fan, he felt something shift inside him, a fragile, unexpected peace. The challenges they faced over the next weeks. Arman learned about Rafiq's struggles. He had lost his factory job. His wife had passed away 2 years ago. He worked small labor jobs to survive. Sometimes he skipped meals so his daughter wouldn't. Arman secretly helped him get interviews. He drove him personally to one, after seeing how nervous he was. He even bought Zoya school supplies under the excuse, "I bought too many. Help me by taking some." But Rafiq still struggled with confidence. He felt unworthy. He felt like life kept pushing him down. And Arman recognized that too, because once the world had made him feel the same. So he didn't give up. One night, after Rafiq returned from another failed interview, Arman sat with him on the rooftop. "You're capable," Arman said firmly. "But you keep talking as if you've already lost. You haven't." Rafiq looked defeated. "Every door closes on me." Arman pointed to Zoya, who was sleeping inside. "That's your door, that's your reason. You can't quit when someone that precious depends on you." Those words hit Rafiq like lightning. A week later, with Arman's guidance and his own renewed strength, Rafiq landed a stable job at a logistics company. He couldn't believe it. Zoya jumped into his arms. "Papa, now we can buy cake every birthday." Rafiq smiled this time without pain. "Yes, my princess. From now on." Arman watched them, his heart a mixture of joy and quiet ache. But Zoya noticed his sadness. Children see what adults hide. She walked to him and held his hand. "You should come to my birthday every year. You look like someone who needs more cake." Arman laughed, really laughed for the first time in years. Months passed. Rafik worked hard and slowly rebuilt his life. Zoya thrived, and Arman visited almost every weekend, bringing small gifts, laughter, and stories. He had once been a man surrounded by wealth but starved of affection. But this little family, unexpected, humble, and full of warmth, gave him something money never gave: belonging, healing, and a chance to be human again. One day, Rafik asked him, "Sir, why did you help me?" "I was a stranger." Arman looked at Zoya playing with her dolls and whispered, "Because once I wished someone would hear me the way I heard you." Rafik nodded, eyes shining. "You changed our life." Arman smiled gently. "And you changed mine." In a world full of noise, sometimes one quiet plea: "Do you have an expired cake for my daughter?" can awaken the humanity hidden in a stranger's heart. Kindness doesn't need wealth, just attention. Just compassion, just one moment of courage to see someone's pain. Because when you help someone rise, you rise too.